We are in the goddamn bathroom again. So, a lot has actually happened in this room since I recorded the last video in here. Huge progress has been made. I have finally finished patching the walls, which I mentioned were just in a state. I don't know what in the world happened in this room when they put these walls in that caused them to be so uneven, but they were literally wavy as if the plaster was sunken in. I don't even know. I have yet to find an explanation for why the walls were like that, but after so much time, I finally have them evened out to a point that they now look uh, level. They're definitely not perfectly level, but they at least look level, which is what I was aiming for. And what I actually ended up doing, because I had to patch the walls so much and the texture was super uneven because of all the patching, is that I actually used a paint additive to add texture back to the wall. And I probably could have found another solution, but this seemed like the best idea. I don't know. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. It did what I wanted it to do, so it is what it is, I guess. This is literally just called sand, is what the paint texture is called, and I believe it's made by the brand Zinsser, which does a lot of like paint primers and stuff, but it worked really well. It did exactly what it was supposed to do. I was surprised by just how much texture it actually added to the wall, and because it added so much texture, it completely evened out that sort of unevenness that was on the wall after doing so much patching. So now it looks nice and uniform. I don't have like weird areas where like the wall's super smooth or something. So that worked pretty well. I hung some pictures up. I had originally some posters in here, which I really love the posters, but they didn't match the color theme that I was trying to do for this room, which was mainly like this green and golds and like tan neutrals is what I was going for. So I did a little like gallery wall. It's not amazing because I was limited on what frames I had to use. I didn't want to buy a bunch, so I used ones I already had and then printed these pictures off. It looks okay. It's whatever. And then I've got my clock there, hamper, some towels. This is actually a litter box enclosure, if I can get it on camera. This is a litter box enclosure that doubles as a bench, which is great for the bathroom. It is littered with stuff right now, which I'm going to explain in a second. I have this chair here. The chair's probably not going to stay in here, but for right now, I just needed somewhere to stick it, and it works because I needed more surface to sit things on. And then the windows, stripped the paint, repainted them. I've got the screens on them. I got this little shelf to hang above the toilet, which looks really cute and matches the aesthetic I was going for. I've got a little plant, which the plant is actually hanging there to help hide the fact that the toilet is not centered on this wall, which for someone like me, that is so upsetting that this toilet is not center. It makes me so angry. So to try and kind of make it look less off center, I hung the shelf centered with the toilet and then put the plant in the corner to kind of offset that weird not centeredness going on. I've got some little bins down there. Other than that, I've got these hung up now by the medicine cabinet, which is just some shelving to put things on. Mainly, I did this because I wanted to have a iPod and speaker in here at all times, and I wanted to be able to keep them plugged in so that I'm not having to worry about the batteries dying. So I came up with this solution so that I could have a shelf by the outlet and then just kind of hide this speaker and iPod over here. I've actually had this in here for a while, and I did have one of those like outlets that have the little like shelf on top of the outlet, but it's just not cute. They're very functional, but they're not cute. So this was a cuter way to achieve the same thing I was going for. And I ended up really liking the way that it looks. So that works. But saying all that, this is why we're here. The bathroom is almost done, okay? It's been 2 years. I think I've been working on the bathroom for a year now. I don't actually remember when I first started working in this room because I've taken a lot of breaks in between, much needed breaks. There was too much to do in here to be able to do it all at once. I'm glad that I didn't try and do it all at once, or I would have ended up half-assing a lot of the projects. So I've taken a lot of breaks in between working on this, patched the walls, painted, ended up coming back and patching more and repainting, and that was a whole journey in and of itself. But the final big project for this room is the shelves by the toilet. I hate them. I don't hate that the shelves are here. I hate how they were built. Okay? Just, you can see the pipe in the back. Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they hide it inside of the wall? Bothers me so much. The wood is warped. You can kind of see, if I get in here, you can see how bad it actually looks. It doesn't do justice on camera, how bad it looks all over, but you can see that huge gap there is because the board is warped. You can see this nonsense of where the pipe runs into the wall. Just like this. I don't even know what's going on there. The shelves are obviously dirty. That's unrelated. The shelves are just dirty from having stuff sitting on them. But yeah, it's bad. I don't know who built this and thought they did a good job, or they just didn't care and just did a bad job. But I hate this shelf so much, and I want to rebuild it. So that's what we're here to do, okay? We're gonna rebuild this shelf. I'm gonna do it all myself. Hopefully I don't regret this decision.